Good Friday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, and we have issued an 11 Alive Weather Impact Alert for Monday. Really during the overnight hours Sunday night into the early morning hours Monday to most likely around noontime or after. That's when we're going to be tracking some storms that'll be moving through. Now, we really have two waves of rain that'll be moving through for the weekend. One of those will be overnight Saturday into early on Sunday. That wave could have some pockets of moderate to heavy rain with it, some thunder and lightning, but the severe weather risk with that first wave is very low, and we don't think it quite meets our criteria to issue a weather impact alert. However, the second wave of rain coming in overnight Sunday into early on Monday, that is the wave of rain that has that potential for some of those storms that could turn strong. It's going to be a line of storms developing along and moving in front of a cold front. And the main impacts we're going to be dealing with this, based on what we're seeing right now, is pockets of heavy rain. Also, strong winds, could be damaging winds that could cause some issues there. As of this point, all of the ingredients needed for tornadoes are really on the lower end. So we're not overly concerned about a big time severe weather or tornado outbreak. This system that we're watching for Monday is most likely going to be less intense than the one that we had just last week when that system moved on through. But again, something we need to watch. Of course, a cold front coming through in March at any time, we could see any severe storms developing. So again, two waves of rain. One Saturday into Sunday, looks like that would stay below severe limits, but still giving us some good rain around. And then the second wave coming in Sunday or early Monday, through the early part of the day Monday, is the time frame where we have that better chance for seeing some of those showers around. So coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to break all of that down for you. But I want to talk first about something that I know is impacting a lot of you, and that is the pollen. The pollen count for today was at 6,345. That's more than double our highest count so far this year. So yes, today's count is the highest count of the year so far. And that, of course, is in the extremely high range. And the main pollens present are from trees, and those trees are oak, pine, sweet gum, birch, and also sycamore. Now, the yellow pollen that you see all over your car or on your outdoor furniture, or really any outdoor surface, that yellow pollen is mainly the pine pollen that you're seeing out there right now. And this is the time of year, the end of March, beginning of April, that is usually when we see these highest counts that have been moving in. Now, even though today's count is the highest that we've had so far this year, it is not the highest that we've ever had on record. The highest pollen count that we have had is 9,369. That was in 2012. It was actually on March 20th of 2012. The second highest is 8918. That was in 2020. Again, here at the end of March. That's usually when we see those highest counts. The third highest was just last year in 2024 at the beginning of April with 8740. We also had these counts in the 8,000s in 2012 again, and also in 2013. So this is the time of year when we see those highest counts. The count for today was not really a top 10 count, but it was a top 15 count of all time, with those counts up into the 6,000s there. So take a look at the month of March and what we've been dealing with, and you can see there have been a lot of yellows and oranges. In fact, we've had 9 moderate days. That's the yellow. 8 of those have been high days, and then 5 have been extremely high days. And most of those have been at the end of March here, especially this week. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 of those days that have been extremely high. Now, we do get a pollen count in on Saturday. We'll have that to you whenever it comes out, but I expect we'll add another extremely high count in for Saturday. Then we get some rain moving in on Sunday into Monday. That will help bring those counts down just a little bit more here with that rain that will hopefully wash out some of that pollen. But the season isn't over yet. We still have to get through the first week of April with some of those really high counts, and then it's going to start dwindling down just a little bit as well. So now let's talk more about this weather impact alert that we have in effect for Monday. That's going to be the time frame when we're going to be watching that weather impact alert. Now, I have a wide range of timing on this for Monday. I really think that it's going to be overnight Monday through the morning hours. By lunchtime, we may see these strongest storms already moving out. The reason I'm saying 4 to 3 is just because we're still a few days out from this, and the models have been fluctuating a little bit on the time frame of how early these storms are going to move in or how long they're going to stick around. So we're going to be kind of narrowing down this time frame as we get more data in for the weekend. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking that the main impacts will be pockets of heavy rain and also some of the strong wind that we're going to be dealing with. So what you need to do right now is I want you to be aware of this potentially coming in here. Again, 2 waves, one on Sunday that would be below severe limits, but then the one Sunday night into Monday, that is the one that has the potential to become severe. So just stay alert, be aware that that is a possibility, and stay with us this weekend as we're going to be narrowing down a little bit more that timeline, as well as narrowing down any additional potential impacts depending on what ingredients that we see coming in with that and whether or not all of that is going to, all those ingredients will come together to give us a severe weather risk. We have been dealing with dry weather out there today, but the clouds have been increasing a little bit more. You can see these clouds here that have been pushing in from the south and the west, and those are thickening up just a little bit more here now. These clouds don't have any rain with them. The rain is out to the west of us, and that is where we have this tornado watch in effect for parts of eastern Texas into western parts of Louisiana. We had one earlier for this similar area, but it expired, and now we have a newer one that has been issued here this evening. Also earlier, we did have some tornado warnings that were in effect in the Ark-La-Tex region there. We don't have any warnings with that right now, but this is the system that's going to keep pushing into our direction. It's still going to take it a little while before it gets into our area, but remember, it's going to be 2 waves of rain that'll be moving in. So here we are tracking the impacts over the next few days here, and what we're watching is for your Saturday, we think the impacts are going to be minimal. Just a few clouds moving in, not really worried about any storms or anything. In fact, we're thinking we'll get through the daytime hours without any rain at all. On Sunday, though, we're going to have some impacts with that first wave of rain moving in. We'll have some showers, a little thunder and lightning. But again, we think that those impacts on Sunday are below our alert criteria. It is on Monday when we see those impacts that will be higher. That's why we have that 11 Alive weather impact alert in effect for that potential for storms and those pockets of heavy rain, maybe with some damaging winds, and the low risk for an isolated tornado. Then as we get into Tuesday, you see those impacts are lower. Then we go back to some impacts for Wednesday and Thursday. That is because we're going to see about a 30% chance for showers around. Yes, of course, you'll have some impacts, but we don't think that it would be enough of those impacts to give us an 11 Alive weather impact alert. Here's a look at the convective outlooks. Now, on Saturday, we're going to be fine here. We're just going to see a few more of those clouds around, staying rain-free during the daytime hours. The severe weather threat on Saturday looks like it's going to be up into the Midwest region here, through parts of Kansas, northern Oklahoma, into parts of Missouri. And then watch how this system really enlarges during the day here on Sunday. Now, what I want you to understand here is, even though this graphic says Sunday and you see that spilling into North Georgia, the part that's going to be impacting us is really going to be early Monday morning or overnight Sunday into Monday with the second wave moving in. But there's a really large area here in the Midwest with a level 3 of 5 risk, and then surrounding that, the level 2 risk that comes into Northwest Georgia, level 1 risk here. But remember, this is for overnight Sunday into early on Monday. And then the rest of our area is going to be in a level 2 risk, we're thinking, in here for Monday. And we're going to be able to refine that a little bit more when the Storm Prediction Center issues its day 3 outlook tomorrow for your Monday. So we'll have more on that for you in just a bit. Hey, take a look at our high temperature today. Made it up to 81 degrees this afternoon, and our low this morning was 53. That 81 is well above the average. 69 is where we should be for this time of year, but 81 just a few degrees away from the record. That was 85. The record that was set in 1907, the record low 28, and we're still watching that rainfall deficit grow. We're at about 2 1/3 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. So here's a look at the temperatures we're watching. 72 here at the 9 o'clock hour on a Friday night. Still some 70s around, like in Marietta. Duluth in the 70s, Gainesville in the 70s, Dalton in the 70s. Elsewhere, temperatures mainly in the 60s for this evening, so it is kind of a mild night. And tomorrow, on Saturday, more clouds will be mixing in with the sunshine. I think we'll see more clouds than sun during the day. And then temperatures that'll be up to 79 degrees here for that high in the afternoon. Rain chances Sunday at 60%. 80% chance for showers and some of those storms here on your Monday. Dry Tuesday, then we're back to that 30% chance for showers for the daytime hours for the middle of the week. Here's the forecast track. Let me walk you through what we're watching. And again, during the day Saturday, more of those clouds are going to be building in, but we think we'll be rain-free. Later in the day, some of these showers in the evening may extend up into North Georgia, but they're just general showers. Then overnight Saturday into Sunday, waking up Sunday morning to some of these showers around, maybe some thunder and lightning with those, pockets of moderate to heavy rain in association with them. And then Sunday at noon, that pushes off to the east, scattered stuff in the afternoon hours. Then the main event we're watching will be overnight Sunday into early on Monday. This is the line of storms we'll be watching moving in from the west. Some of that could be strong. That pushes through around lunchtime, and we're thinking after lunch that'll be exiting our area later on your Monday. So here's that severe weather risk for your Monday. Again, we'll have more on this with the Storm Prediction Center's Day 3 outlook when it comes out, but as of right now, they're keeping us in that level 2 risk for some of those storms that could turn strong. The rainfall totals are looking like this. The American model has been going a little higher all along with almost 2 inches of rain possible over the next 5 days. The European model scaling it back a little bit at about 1 inch of rain potentially. That'll be pushing our way with this system. So here's a look at the 7-day outlook, and you will see the dry weather that we're watching here during the day on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll have showers and a couple of thunderstorms around. But again, we think it's going to be below what we would classify as severe limits. Then going into Monday, that is the time frame when we see that better chance for some of those storms that could turn strong. And that's why we have the 11 Alive weather impact alert in effect. Tuesday, partly cloudy, looking dry. Then those low rain chances for your Wednesday and Thursday. Look how the temperatures start rising, though. We go back to 79 on Tuesday, 82 Thursday, 84, mid-80s here for your Friday. Without rain chances, that'll be going down just a little bit. So, weather impact alert, that is in effect for our area here. For Monday, we are going to be with you throughout the weekend. We'll have additional streams through the weekend, kind of breaking down this rain risk and the storm risk as well. We'll be able to fine-tune the timing and those potential impacts for you through the weekend. That's on 11 Alive as well as right here on 11 Alive Plus. Enjoy your weekend.